Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channeled message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website and below the video in the description box. Okay. And the following message has been co-signed by the divine and sponsored by Spirit. And after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. So I don't usually try to connect to the message too much before going live anymore. I've done it before. It's fun. It works. Sometimes I used to channel the title of the message before going live. That was fun. But today, let me tell you what had happened was, as I was getting cleaned up and dressed and all that stuff this morning, I just kept getting it very strongly. We need to talk about that on the channel. I'm like, okay. So we're going to talk about it while I start pulling some cards, and then we'll finally read them together. I just pulled your alpha and omega messages. We pull them first, read them last. And they always put a beautiful bow on the message, seal the deal sort of a thing before we get out of here. But as you just arrived, there is a message in there saying the most important thing that people need to know. Most important thing that people need to know. And just in case you cut out of here, gosh, I would love if you stayed for the whole thing, because this is going to get a little, could be a little bit long-winded, but there was a huge shift in our energy that they want to talk about, because there's something that's happening still today, as people are unawares. It's like our ability to create our reality in our mind is so strong that even if the energy has shifted, which I'm going to explain what that shift was. It has to do with the Earth's magnetics. Even with the Earth energy shifting, it's the belief that the people are carrying that is influencing the most power in their life. And so they want to talk about this a little bit. Get that understanding out there further is what I just heard. Okay. So, little story that I have zero physical evidence to give you about, but you might have heard it before. Some of you have definitely heard it before, about background of some stuff that happened on Earth. Ooh, let me get some coffee before we get started, baby, because this is just so juicy. What had happened on Earth before? There was an interference in Earth's magnetic flow. An interference in Earth's magnetic flow. The interference in Earth's magnetic flow was there, and because the magnetics were flowing in opposite, so were the energies flowing in opposite of which they were supposed to. So you have all these beautiful people that were doing beautiful things. And you have this, it's a whole, thank you. They said all the Earth energy was naturally to flow clockwise. It was all naturally meant to flow clockwise, the magnetics on Earth, which meant, you know that saying that all waters eventually return to the ocean? In other words, everything eventually returns to its source. And that's what would have been. That's what it was designed to be. That's what it was even proclaimed to be in different ancient texts, like you do right, good things happen to you, blah, blah, blah. stuff like that. But people weren't having that experience. They were not having that experience because the magnetics were in reverse. The magnetics being in reverse was huge, because that meant that no matter what you did, all the beautiful energy you would put into things, it just wouldn't come back. And it seemed like the more you did good, the more difficult it get. It seemed like the ones that did evil were the ones that would thrive. And it just felt like they were living off the backs of those who were giving out positivity and good, doing good works and stuff of that nature. Okay. This is all a result of the reversal of magnetics. This is also why you found corruption to thrive in all places of your political systems and societal organizations and groups of people who have rise to power of the one that is the most cutthroat, ruthless, the one who spills the most blood. This is all part of the action resulting from the reversal of the magnetics. They're even showing me now that this is also part of the reversal of magnetics, believe it or not. What I've just heard is also part of the reason why we have this thing in your society called full moon lunacy, where because when the moon is full, it should not be creating a craze. It shouldn't create a craze. It should create a calm, a reconnection point. As there's a release, it's like letting go of energies and reconnecting to what's natural. Okay, was the natural flow of things. But again, because there was a reversal of magnetics, and what is the moon influence? But the draws, it's of the magnetics with the water, with the humans. Okay, so now, wow, that's a lot. Okay, so it was having this adverse effect on the human mind as well. Now, somebody says, well, the darkness is still doing this and that, and in our society and our political system, and the light is still going through this and that in our society and our political system, and the full moon lunacy is still real. Okay, I hear you. I do hear you. But this is the reason that this message is so necessary, is because that has all been broken. That's all been broken. It's no longer flowing that way as a result of the mechanics of the magnetics of Earth as it used to be. It was flowing that way. It was going that way. It was being that way. And it was because of the magnetic flow as the base, as the basis. But what had happened was, over all these thousands of years of human history, hundreds of years and generations, hundreds of years, thousands of years, many generations of repeating the same experience, it's gotten so deeply ingrained in human consciousness, in human belief system, that there's, no matter what you do, can't get ahead, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, all that mentality about inability, about incapacity, about lack. Ultimately, it's all about lack. And now it's so important to get our consciousness in the place of understanding that the good you put out does come back to you, that what's done in the dark must come to the light, that we live on a planet in a universe that requires balance. So what swings one way must swing the other way. So if the darkness has been thriving and hiding their darkness and getting away with ugly shit. It's like that song Ariana Grande made. The light is coming to bring back everything the darkness stole. Yeah. So somebody says, well, how do you know? How do you know it changed? How do you know it's broken? If it was such a powerful thing in place for thousands of years, how do you know it changed? How do you know it was broken? Well, because I saw. Again, I told you at the beginning of this, I have zero hard evidence to offer you about this. They said, that's a lie. You do have some hard evidence. Okay. So I guess I do have some hard evidence, but it wouldn't be considered evidence to you. It wouldn't be considered evidence to anybody who didn't. Yeah. Anyways, keep going. Skip that for now, please, and thank you. So the way it's been told is there was some other intelligent beings came to Earth. They put a lock, a seal on Earth. You might have heard about the seal that was put on Earth. What was it, 2,000 to 4,000 years ago? Or 6, I don't know, thousands of years ago. Exactly how many? But anyways, and that seal was the seal that caused a reversal of the flow of the magnetics of Earth. The Earth's core flows in a certain direction. It was naturally meant to flow clockwise, and it began flowing counterclockwise. That led to a lot of energies flowing counterclockwise. Okay. And there was, throughout the years, a lot of different individuals have, and these people aren't necessarily people that would tell you, but these people are ones who would work together to, throughout the years, they would work together to break the seal. Whether they knew there was a seal or not, they knew there was something up with the energy. You see what I'm saying? They knew something was up with the energy. They knew something had to be done. There were people who felt empowered enough to try to do something about it. And so it, individually, over all these years, there's always been somebody who had that energy awaken them. Well, there was something magical that happened. Again, they're giving me in 2019, early summer 2019. We had a situation where a bunch of different individuals living during that time, during our 2019, so early summer 2019, in different places around the earth, all beings of love and peace and happiness, people who understood that humanity literally just wants to live their life uninterrupted by external forces attacking them. And so in whichever way they put that together in their minds, they use their spiritual talent, skill, and ability to work a spell. The thing is, they did it together. And the thing of is, none of them knew one another. None of them knew one another. I was just saying, I don't know how many they were, but I just heard 144,000. It could have totally been 144,000. These unique individuals doing it all together at the same time. But it was a group of unique individuals. What was so unique about these individuals is that although they all came from some sort of religious or spiritual background, in whatever form of religion or spirituality they had, they have all been different ones who felt the calling of source, of the divine, of spirit, towards more purity, towards the removal of all the impurities, a purification process in their belief. And what ended up happening was they all showed up. They all ended up leaving behind different parts of what they were taught and grasping onto that which was truest. And doing that, they went through a huge soul evolution, and became so empowered. But they sort of devised their own way of working with the energies, communicating with the universe, receiving their messages and such. So all these people did what they did during their time, or at the same time, in their space, in their own way. Again, completely unaware that the other people were doing the same damn thing at the same damn time. I saw one woman who works strongly with the element of water, and she did her, I see her pouring the waters back and forth, like in the temperance card. I see her pouring the waters back and forth and speaking to the water and moving the water, knowing that she's very scientific, I hear. But what she knows is that water communicates with water. So as she poured the water from glass to glass to glass, back and forth between the two glasses, right? And then what she was intending, what she was creating and conjuring even, was connection, authentic divine connection within the self and within the other. I see one glass was within the self, and then the other glass was within the others. And so what she was doing was she was actually creating this connecting emotional connection energy between individuals and humanity as a sum total. And so I saw also somebody who works with fire. I see somebody by a campfire. And this person, not only do they work with fire, but they work with rhythm and dance. I see this person very much showing up like a Native American, possibly. But that's the way I'm seeing them in my mind's eye, as somebody who, with their traditional ceremonial clothing and stuff like that. But they've sort of recreated this intention. I don't know. They made this intention, and it was beautiful. The intention was to allow, I'm hearing the fire to be lit in the hearts of humanity. The fires of what? The fires of passion, the fires of truth, the fires of the blue flame, the fires of the blue flame. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, I got to read these cards to you. I pulled from 2 different decks so far, and I haven't read the cards because I've just been channeling this message. But I got to take a pause and look at these cards right quick with you, because as I'm talking about the fire, what kind of fire is it? The fire of the blue flame. The blue flame came out at the bottom of the Starseed Oracle, and it says spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. And that was at the bottom of the deck. But the card that came out said, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. That's awesome. The cards that had come out from the Akashic Tarot, we had the 7 of Forces with balance, and we have the library there with the scales in it. Okay. And then from the Akashic Tarot coming out, we had add some. I am here bringing together all the ancestors, all the generations, all the spiritual realm support to the current physical position. So this group intention that was done individually all around the world in different forms. The girl that moves the energy with her hands, the guy that moves the energy and commands with the use of candles, the person who uses their shaft to break the ground and break the law. Like, they all came together at one magical point in time to create a spell. Oh my God, my butt, such a baby, such a cute. I get on my phone and she's so cute, you guys. Yes. But yes, it's precious baby. And that's exactly what it was. It was the creation of a precious baby. No, it was the allowing of the precious. It's almost like if this precious baby was born on Earth, and with the reversal of the magnetic flow on Earth, it caused the baby to stifle its growth. It's like the baby was put in a, that's crazy. I've never seen it that way. The baby, whenever that seal was put on Earth, to reverse the magnetics. It's as though the baby went into a cryostasis. Yeah. Like you see it on the movies where, they're traveling through space. They got too far to travel. So they go into a cryostasis. They stay alive, but yeah, and it's suspended. Times is suspended. Wild. Mm. And what they're showing me is what the literal thing that went into cryostasis with that was the evolution of human consciousness, on a mass scale as it should be. I heard not even the cryostasis could stop it completely, because it was still, like I said, throughout all the ages, there was always been somebody connected towards source, connected towards authenticity and divinity. They could only get so far. However, there was always somebody that had that light burning, that had that flame going in their soul, in their heart, a pure, authentic love for self and others, for all humanity, for Gaia, for the animals, for the fucking plants, for the dirt under their feet, in the waters in their cups, hello, in their rivers, in their lakes, in the ocean. This is the energy. This is the energy. Okay, these ones, but they could only get so far with their intentions, their prayers, their affirmations, their spell work, whatever way that you want to call it, because the freaking locks kept everything. It was like the locks was a major sabotaging device. The locks, the seals that were in place. There were seals in place. They were majorly sabotaging the energy on Earth. And when those individuals came together with the purity of their heart, not knowing that they were working at the same time with all these others around the globe, and and now in my mind, I'm asking spirit as I'm channeling this message, but was it the same linear human time? Are you talking about? Are you talking about because you're nonlinear as source, that to you it's as though it's all at the same time? In other words, what I'm asking sources, are these 100? Okay, as I'm asking the question, I'm getting it loud and clear. I'm asking source, are these 144,000 people doing it all together at the same in our linear time as human perspective? And they said yes. I heard yes. Okay. They said source is the main non-binary. They are the most complete they them that you will ever. Oh boy, wow. Okay, they said let's ring the bell on that. So let's see. Okay, bell has been rung. Um, okay. So all these individuals get together, not knowing that they're together. They think that they're by themselves. Yeah. And I just see, like, I saw somebody now, one of them, who used paper and pen and or pencil, whatever. They use their writing instrument and paper, and they use fire. And they basically were removing any obstruction between human consciousness and its authentic nature. Thank you. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest be held from the work your light oracle we have in the past energy. In the current energy, we have the council of light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. This coming with that energy of the Adsam I am here. I'm telling you, somebody brought in, it's like all these different ones. Maybe that's part of what was required. I'm hearing I'm hearing this was a prerequisite to being part of one of those ones. Every one of those ones felt so connected to all the helpers in the subtle realms, their ancestors, their passed on loved ones, ancestors that they'll never know nothing about in their human consciousness until they transcend into spirit realm themselves. Okay. In other words, past their physical dead, then they'll know about those ancestors and meet them and know about them. But until then, they will not. They also knew that they were connected to other spiritual energies like angels, and spirit guides and other individuals who lived physical lives, but they may have never known. Okay, anyways, so that was one of the prerequisites, was that add some energy, knowing that you can call on all that is. And if you don't know nothing about that, that's a word. Adsum is a word that um says I'm here now, and it's used to bring it all here and now, to bring all of you and all that you're connected to here and now. And then of course, now of course with that, then Luther comes through singing, here and now I promise to love faithfully. And that's the energy. From here and now, we promise to love faithfully. I'm hearing not in accordance with deciding what they are worth and what they did for me, and so they deserve. Okay, it's not like that. All right. Unfolding energy we have is the inner temple devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. I see here what's incoming in this transition. It's like coming through this service, coming through this service. What is this service? So they're saying coming through this service, and then I'm hearing what they're showing me is also the word disservice, DIS service. Okay. So it's like coming through the service of disservice. Again, they're giving me the energy here of through a lot of people here in this awakening, about to come into a lot of realization about what has not served them, and that disservice that's been done is going to hugely transform their consciousness to reach for, I'm hearing a better feeling thought, for what is more authentic, what is more true than that which has been disservicing to them and to you. Okay. So something has been disservicing. There's a greater awakening happening towards that which is more authentic and more true. All right. What is more authentic and more true? The warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? The feminine energy is not no freaking joke. The feminine energy is not no freaking... Oh, shit. Really? Okay. Whoa. So what the heck? They just gave me kind of a lot. Spirit, thank you for keeping it all. God, Source, thank you for keeping it all fresh in my mind so I can speak it word after word in a way that makes so much sense. So what will be discovered is the warrior woman. With the reversal of the flow of the magnetics, it was the feminine energy that was suppressed. Some of you have named this happening or would identify this as Lilith, the original creation feminine energy, who was rejected as she was not subservient like Adam wanted her to be. So now this is the first time, new shit, where the reversal of the magnetics is being connected to anything about specific individual names and energies that we know of. In there showing me Lilith and the rejection of Lilith somehow interconnected with this seal. Okay. Out come Eve with the seal in place, right? Then Eve comes. They're showing me, they're likening the story of Eve being born and constructed from the rib of Adam. Because what they're showing me is with the reverse of the magnetics, with that seal put in place, where the energy was supposed to flow clockwise and bring in and be creative in that beautiful love energy, with the reversal of it, it's like the power went to the masculine energy. It's like the masculine energy dominated. The masculine, it's almost, it's like the masculine energy was put in the dominant position, although it was never meant to be. And we have the beginning of bloodshed. And we have the beginning of bloodshed. Huh? And they're showing me, yes, because if you look at the earliest of all sacred ritual objects that have been found and unearthed here on earth, they're all feminine figures. Because prior to all these experiences of male dominance, it was female dominance. You have ancient lore and legends about this. This is Lilith time. It was Lilith time, where the feminine led. But the feminine has been viewed as so weak, and what is being revealed is no, the feminine is not weak. Welcome, Vanessa. The feminine is not weak. It's a warrior woman, baby. Just like everybody know that Lilith, well, those who do know that Lilith was not no, oh yes sir type of a woman. She was like, oh no, we're not gonna this, that, and the other. And then they're like, yeah, she killed all her kids too. What does that mean? She couldn't. So wow, they're saying that she killed all her kids too. She couldn't deal with the betrayal. Wow. It's like this Lilith energy connected to that which was prior to the reversal of magnetics of Earth could not could not support, could not entertain, would not allow for this submissive, weak, feminine perspective, for this, we're gonna go kill to shed blood. Because the thing is, during the reign of the feminine energy, there was no need to go out and just fucking murder people and start wars and stuff like that. You know why? Because the feminine energy in dominance on earth gave it sacrifice naturally through its body every moon cycle. Every moon cycle, her sacrifice was given to earth naturally. When the balance of power went in reverse because of the magnetics being sealed in the opposite direction, masculine energy, male dominant energy came into rule. It does not offer a natural blood sacrifice. It gave its sacrifice through bloodshed. This was never the way it was designed to be. This is never the way it was designed to be. Interesting. Okay. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, from the Work Your Life, it says, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Again, humanity has been spinning its wheels like a hamster on a wheel, getting absolutely nowhere, they're saying. Getting absolutely nowhere, trying to get some shit done, trying to get this good work out there, trying to put this love and light in the earth and be a good person and all that great stuff. And spinning its wheels, getting absolutely nowhere because it was a reversal magnetic. It was flowing in reverse. No matter what you put out, you were getting shit back in your hand, no matter how beautiful it was. The magnetics were reversed. Then we have these magical beings What spirit just channeled through was 144,000 of them all around the world. They don't even know each other. They work their magic. They work their magic that wasn't taught by man. It was refined by the divine. Their magic and the way they work it, their perspectives, their capacity for love, their connection with humanity, with earth, with Gaia, with the divine, all of these things were trained by source, not by man. They came up very religious, spiritual, esoteric, mystical, whatever, from childhood. But then at some point, they detach from the human perspective and God steps in. Universe, source, whatever word you like to use. We speak all these vernaculars. Pick the one that makes you most comfortable. But they, or don't. Okay. But they were trained by this, refined as though by fire. They have been through so many different challenges and obstacles and stuff like that in order to refine and become more authentic in their divine energy. And so they all come together. They work this magic. They work this magic, not knowing that they're together. They don't know that they're not the only one. In their physical reality perspective, they were the only one doing it. And finally, the breaking of the seal. Finally, the breaking of the seal. The breaking of the seal allows the magnetics to flow in the direction that source created them to. And with that, we have the reawakening, reemergence of this warrior woman energy. Where, yeah, there's been this misconception that to be a divine feminine, you must be so docile, you must be so submissive. Nah, baby. Nah, baby. You be feminine energy, but you can be bold. You can be brave. It's okay to protect yourself and even protect others. They said, think more mama bear energy. Yeah. She will do, and I will cut you. Don't mess with my baby. I will cut you. Okay. And she was such a mama bear energy that when her wow, this is where I'm here. That when they're relating back to Lilith again, that when her children were lost to the reversal of the magnetics, she said, no way, we're not going to follow down this path. And they're saying that's why she mowed down her own kids. Okay. Never heard that before. New shit. Okay. Wow. And so this warrior woman energy, have you answered your deepest calling? Is this awakening of the divine feminine that some might call a shadow divine feminine, or a rebel divine feminine, a Lilith divine feminine? This is a divine feminine that is not oh so submissive, oh so docile. This is a true divine feminine that is empowered to act, to create, to destroy, to reconstruct, to be bold, to be brave, to be outspoken, to be heard, to be seen. A highly active energy. Okay. But yes, let's see what else. So much is coming through this message. I knew it was going to be this way when I started hearing it, that we're going to talk about the magnetics on Earth. We're going to talk about the magnetics on Earth. And I just see Vanessa, hey, Janine, commenting about like Kali. And then as soon as I looked up and I saw her comment about like Kali, I heard like so many divine goddess energies that came through humanity's awareness. Okay. Like so many divine energies that came through Earth's awareness, okay, of different ones who were looked at as rebellious, uncontrollable, and powerful. Because Lilith, like Adam, was created directly by God, directly by source, never was a result of the Adam, which is the big difference between Lilith and Adam, or Lilith and Eve. Eve being a result of the creation of from Adam. It was created. And oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. And so this is why the Old Testament banned so many things that were connected to Lilith energy, like reading these tarot cards, reading the stars, like use of magic and spell work. Why were these things told during the Old Testament and the Ten Commandments in that time period? That they were banned by the divine was the way it was received. Why? Because they had rejected it. We were still under the reversal of the magnetics, which was the rejection of the Lilith energy. If you're going to reject the energy, well, then don't fucking use it. If you're saying we can't be this divine energy, feminine divine, and y'all don't want it, well, then you can't fucking use the tools. How's that? How you like them apples? In other words, while the magnetics in reverse, yes, there were some people who could tap into source purely, but most of them did not. I'm hearing 99.9% of all those who ever did anything esoteric, mystic, they were calling on lower vibrational energies. They were expelling their power towards others, attributing the power towards the fucking crystal, towards the fucking cards, towards the goddamn the entity, the demon, the god, the devil, whatever it was that they were using for their power. That's why it was banned. And I have seen this, but I never saw it this way. Wow, that's so deep. It was banned because as they rejected the Lilith energy, the talent, skills, and abilities that were hers, would not work correctly. And they're showing me Lilith to speak about her as an entity, but they want me to reiterate to you that she is an energy. She is an energy, a creative force energy. Which is why they say, now fast forward to Jesus said, and during those times, right? And during those times, at the end of the book of Revelation, it talks about during those times, new books will be written and new laws will be given. But Jesus, now we're not promoting no religion here, but we are going to just speak on what's coming through. And they said Jesus was the one who said, and I am giving you this new commandment. And when he said those words, I'm giving you this new commandment, it was to replace the old commandments, which was the 10 commandments. Some people be like, God said this is bad. He did back in, I don't know what year, but it was not nowhere near here. And God's son, Jesus, who was also a physical incarnation of the divine, said, I'm giving you a new law. What was the new law? That you should love one another as I have loved you, that this way you should also love one another. It was the law of love. We're under the law of love now. We're not under the law of this, that, and the other, and the other, and the other, and the other, and the other. And there's supporting evidence to that where they say, if you live by the covenant, then you'll die by the covenant. So be careful. If you think you're going to live by the covenant and die by the covenant, honey, every letter of the law must be fulfilled. And there's a lot of fucking laws. It's a lot more than just 10. I'm just going to tell you that if you want to go by Old Testament energies. But Jesus said all that could be summed up in this. Just love one another like I loved you. I heard, and how did Jesus love people? Unfucking conditionally. He dealt with the roughnecks, with the sinners, with the ones that was the scandalous ones of the day. You know what I'm saying? He was not in the temple with the holy people. He was in the streets. He was in the streets with the gangsters and the thugs of the day, the fishermen. When they came to try to question about Jesus, what happened? When they came to try to quiet Jesus down from talking and question about Jesus, Peter cut that motherfucker's ear off. Does that not sound like a gangster to you? I'm just saying. Hello? There were no punk ass. Jesus was not in the fucking temple. Jesus was with the real motherfuckers in the street. He was with the tax collector. That's your crooked politician right there. He was with the tax collector, your crooked politician, So I'm just saying, like, this energy, if you're going to understand that a lot of, that's why a lot of these esoteric mystic abilities were banned by those who were religiously inclined to follow the Bible. Okay. Because it wasn't appropriate for that time. But we are living in a time where, again, I'm going to say it, the reversal of the magnetics no longer applies. The magnetics are flowing correctly. So all that was locked and sealed is unlocked and unsealed. And this goes in harmony with what the Bible says about new books and new laws being given at that time. What's the new law? The law, we're under the law of love. If you're doing it from love, if you're coming from love, and we're not talking about some fake ass, I want to get in your pants type of love. We're talking about people connecting to people and wanting the best for each other, because we know that the best we want for each other is the best that we're going to get for ourselves. And it's like, yeah, in this energy is when the new books would be written. I see every deck of cards as a new book, but the book is infinite. A picture is worth 1,000 words. We have drastic changes coming through. You may be going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe you've been through it. Drastic changes are coming through. Some of you are barely going through it now. Bottom of the deck. Gaslighting. Recognize when your emotions are being played with and when you are being manipulated. Did I not talk about the seal this whole time? Because that's what the hell the human experience was with this seal in place and the reversal of the magnetics. Look at how dark the gaslighting card is, and look at how there's a little tiny bit of yellow that matches the yellow on this card. I feel like the drastic changes are now. I feel like the darkness in the gaslighting card is the dark night of the soul that has been gone through. I don't feel like we're necessarily in it. I feel like we're coming. Most of us are coming out of it. Most of us, well, is it most of us though? Is it really most of us though? I'm here. Or is it just because of who you are and where you're at on this channel? Okay. Because it might not be most of us. It might be most of us who are here watching this video in these energies, and that's okay for the time being. It's got to start somewhere. I'm hearing it's got to start somewhere. All right. So drastic changes are coming through as a result. Yeah. And this is why, because there is this awareness of the true nature of the divine feminine, not the watered down version that gets its life from an external source or indirectly from the masculine, that gets its life indirectly from the masculine. Lilith did not get her life from the masculine. Lilith got her life from divine creation. Eve got her life from the masculine. So there's a switch. Okay. What else? Most important message. Let's get to the most important message now I'm hearing. So now we're going to get to the most important message. The most important message is that no matter what it looks like on the physical realm at this time, good wins, love wins, right and positive action prospers, kindness thrives, gentleness, it equals smooth sailing. But we got to get it here. We got to get it into your own consciousness. We got to get it into your own consciousness, because if you don't got it in your own consciousness, the only thing that works against your thriving, your prospering, your abundance, your love is you. And you are that powerful. It's like if everybody could automatically reset their mind now to believe, because a lot of people, having lived this life, have lost their all their hope that good thrives and love wins and all that stuff. Why have people lost their hope? Because they've been living under this bullshit for so many fucking years that it didn't feel like that. They didn't watch your grandparents go through it, their parents go through it. You know what I'm saying? And there's innumerable stories of shit that just went so bad. And so it's like, that's a strong consciousness. That's a strong point of focus. That's a strong level of awareness. Most important message. We want to get into the knowing that the good you put out comes back to you. Pay attention to every way it happens. Solidify that knowing. Make it stronger and stronger and stronger. And remember, there's levels to this. There's hope, belief, knowing. I hope the good people get good for the good that they do. What a great hope. But hope means, I don't know, but boy, I hope that shit is real. But I don't know. If you hope for something, you definitely don't fucking know it. All right, and then there's the belief. Well, I believe that this shit could really happen. And it's like, huh? They're still not knowing in belief. Belief is stronger than hope. But what we're reaching for is knowing. I know because I lived it. Can't nobody tell me shit against it. Can't nobody go against it. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. Because I know, like I know, like I know, like I know. And what you know, can't nobody tell you otherwise. I know that I'm in a female body. I know that I'm fly. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm sexy. I know I'm bold. I know I'm brave. I know I'm accomplished. I know I got these words. I know I got these nails. I got this hair. I know. Can't nobody tell me no, you don't, Melinda. That's the kind of knowing. The good you do comes back to you. That's the knowing that we're reaching for. We're all reaching for that. What do we have coming out from the Dragon Oracle? The Royal Blue and Gold Dragon. It strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom, awaken to your own majesty, wear your cloak of power with pride. Yeah, get into your knowing and wear that shit, baby. Like a pride banner, bottom of the deck. The Lilac Fire Dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Hello. Lilac, looking a lot like the word Lilith to me right now. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyways, there's that. And I want to pull from the African Goddess Rising Oracle as well. Yeah, so it's important right now. Stand in your power with wisdom. And again, that transmuting of energies through the power of divine love. Yes, this is warrior woman energy. Okay, this is what it is. Let's see what else do we have for our message for the download today. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. Thank you for pushing all the buttons, doing all the things to make this YouTube channel sing. Hello. I love it when the YouTube channel is thriving and singing and growing. Thank you so much. All right. One final message here, and then we're going to do your alpha and omega messages. And it's segment, the wounded healer. Okay, segment energy coming through. The wounded healer. Everywhere where you've been wounded, the wound is where the light enters. So, and there's a lot in that when you think about the macrocosmic message that's been coming through. It's like because of the dark night of the soul that the universe has been through equals the beautiful rain of, I heard glory that's coming through now. Yeah, we got to get it into our mind, though. It's not just a hope. It's not just a belief. It's a knowing. We're knowing that this love energy heals all and it's growing. We're knowing that it is worth being a person of love and peace and happiness because we get it back. It works. No longer do we get shit in our hands, and now the magnetics on Earth supports that. The bottom of the deck is joy with Asase Ya. I know, the mama with the little baby. The baby is out of cryostasis. The baby of the baby that is representing the consciousness of humanity is finally out of cryostasis. And now it can grow and thrive and do what it came to do. So I'm so thankful and grateful for you. Let me go into these alpha and omega messages and see what we pulled. I'm so curious. The Six of Swords energy. Peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see that your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. Yeah, The stress is over. Peaceful times are here. The journey is into this whole new energy. I feel like the journey, because it's Six of Swords energy, Six of Thought, is like finding peace in the mind, knowing that everything is working in our favor. The divine supports us. The magnetics on earth support us. So things can go well, and they do. Okay. And building that knowing. Let me see from the postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, pump up the music, bang the drums, get on up, and start that hustle toward your goals and dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make that first move. Say yes to life. Pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that one step towards the gods or us. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up as if by magic. Well, we know it's really spirit and all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying, go for it. Take positive action toward your dreams. Even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda, it will all be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so, so much. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, call love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. 감사합니다. Gracias. That's all, folks. Later, baby. And I'm out.